The S23 Ultra may be very similar to its previous generation, so much so that in terms of design, very few people will notice the difference from the slightly larger design of its cameras or its screen, which is a tad flatter. For everything else, it remains a fairly large phone to hold with one hand, and with a mixed glass and aluminum design with IP68 water resistance. But the big difference in this generation is the performance. And by this, I don't just mean the processor, but also the quality of the memory, the optimization of the firmware, and overall, well, its usability. In benchmarks, for example, the newest Snapdragon outperforms the competition. In very demanding games, it also doesn't seem to have any problems. If we push it to the max, well, yeah, it does suffer some throttling, but it's acceptable. And in this situation, it also doesn't heat up excessively. Overall, it's a super fast phone, not only because of the processor, but also because of the storage UFS 4.0. All of this to tell you that unlike the previous two generation, this one, it's even more powerful and it doesn't heat up as much. But perhaps the biggest improvement is the battery life, which, as you can see from this benchmark of PCMark, well, it gave me a really high result. The battery is so good that usually at the end of the day I will still have 40% left, and sometimes I will be 2 days straight using it without charging, which is amazing. Last year I was only able to try the S23, which has a worse battery capacity and also fast charging, since with this one we're able to charge it at 45 watts with compatible chargers, which you will need to buy because its box only comes with the USB cable. Another big difference this year has been its new 200 megapixel sensor, which I tested with the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the Pixel 7, and on many occasions it proved to be a spectacular camera, but its biggest problem is the consistency overall. I mean, it's a great camera, but at the same time it has these little problems that can be a little annoying. For example, on many occasions it tends to overexpose the scene, and the video recording is great, but its dynamic range also fails in some occasions. The night photos can be amazing, but there are moments where it artificially illuminates the scene, not to mention the worst preview or even the time it takes to take photos. These little problems can be easily solved with some updates, so they're not really important. However, what I can tell you is that these cameras have been the most versatile that I've tried so far. If you want to take photos with zoom, with this one you will achieve great results, and I don't think it has any competition currently. Its camera also has a RAW mode to get the most out of it. When you're making videos, you can switch between the front and the back cameras without stopping it, and it even comes with a director mode that allows you to preview which camera to record and switch it in an instant. That's why, although I prefer the Pixel 7 to take some photos, with the S23 Ultra, usually I have more fun. And just like this, there are many other things where objectively it may not be the best, but is always at the top. Its screen might not be the brightest on the market, but come on, for watching anime is great, and the same could be said for its speaker for YouTube videos. The fingerprint reader is fast, the system is fluid, the Wi-Fi connectivity is great, and even the S Pen allows you to do unique things that I have yet to discover. It may not be the best on anything, but overall, I will give it a 9 out of 10. I'm not a fanboy of Samsung, Apple, or any other brands, but I have to tell you that finding aspects to improve on the S23 Ultra has been difficult. Maintaining the same design as before, it's not a negative aspect for me. I mean, look at Apple so far. That's why focusing on better optimization, better performance, and better results with the camera seems to be, well, the right decision. Now, remember that we're talking about a phone that costs $1,200 plus taxes, and for much less, you can find others with a better performance like the Red Magic 8 Pro, or even a better camera and better system like the Pixel 7 Pro. But if you're looking for that Android that it's great overall, a 9 out of 10 on everything, well, this one may worth it. But anyway, that's my opinion, and if you have another one, you can leave it at the comments. And I see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao!